Hey everyone, welcome back to the Austin Lindsay channel. So there's this bookstore that I walk past on my way to work every day, and I've always wanted to shoot there because it's kind of this quaint old building, a lot of nooks and crannies, cool style for it. And turns out they're closing down and they're moving their location. And so I figured the last couple weeks of them being open, I would ask if it's okay to shoot there. And it turns out they have always let people shoot there. They've had tons of photographers there. They've had people film short films or scenes from movies there, and they're just really cool about it. So kind of goes to show that it never hurts to ask. But on to the shoot. So what I did is I brought a Godox V860 version 2 and just a small foldable softbox. And I was going to bring a grid, but I forgot it. Otherwise, I'd have been using a grid in this situation. The reason I brought this little speed light is because I'm shooting with a Canon 85 1.2 lens, and I wanted to shoot pretty wide open. So I think I'm at 1.4 for most of these shots because I wanted to bring in some of the ambient light, and I also wanted to get that shallow depth of field. So I wanted to bring a flash that wasn't going to overpower the scene even at its lowest setting. So these little Godox / Flashpoint / Newer lights are a really killer light to have with you, and they work on the 2.4 gigahertz wireless system, so they all kind of just talk to each other. So it's a pretty awesome little light. We did a couple of shots here. It was really simple. We had one pose with her standing kind of leaning against a little bookshelf holding a book, and then we moved to another pose where she's just sitting on a little stack of books and reading or holding a book. For this second location, I actually saw it on a fellow photographer's Instagram. He posted a shot of a girl on a bike and tagged Salt Lake City, which is the city where I live in and he was shooting in. And I thought it was like a mistag because this street looked like kind of a European street, maybe like Mykonos or something like that, kind of that vibe. So I asked him about it and he didn't quite remember where it was. So I did a lot of Google Street Viewing and Google Mapping to try and figure out where this was. And it turns out it's just a little old apartment complex. So the model wanted to shoot this yellow dress and some fruit, just kind of give this nice vibrant feel to the photos. So we did two poses. We had one with the fruit basket at her feet, and then she's holding another one, holding some fruit as well. And then we did a second look in the same location of just her sitting on the porch with the street in the background. The gear that I'm using for this look is the Canon 5D Mark III, the 85 1.2, which is the same thing as the last look. And then for lighting on this one, I'm using the Flashpoint Explore 400 Pro, which is the same thing as the AD 400 Pro from Godox. They have a 600 Pro, but I think that one's a little bit too bulky. You get maybe a stop more, some people say 3/4 stop more light. And this one, the 400 Pro, in my opinion, will overpower the sun as well. And it's a little bit lighter. It still packs a punch, and it works on the 2.4 gigahertz system. And with high-speed sync and all that, you can shoot pretty wide open and still get a lot of power out of that light. And for these shots, I am at 1.4 to 2.0, just to kind of get that soft depth of field in the background. All right, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments field. I'll do my best to answer them. And thanks everyone for watching.